and stories from the Gambia. Stay informed and stay ahead with our expert analysis. And open your YouTube app, click the search bar and type GMEB TV. Open the channel and click subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you never miss out from in-depth coverage of education, business insights, to the latest in sports. We bring you the stories that matters the most and news that shapes our nation. GMEB TV, bringing the Gambia to your screen. Welcome to GMEB TV, your go-to source for exclusive news and stories from the Gambia. Stay informed and stay ahead with our expert analysis. And open your YouTube app, click the search bar and type GMEB TV. Open the channel and click subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you never miss out from in-depth coverage of education, business insights, to the latest in sports. We bring you the stories that matters the most and news that shapes our nation. GMEB TV, bringing the. Welcome to GMEB TV, your go-to source for exclusive news and stories from the Gambia. Stay informed and stay ahead with our expert analysis. And open your YouTube app, click the search bar and type GMEB TV. Open the channel and click subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you never miss out from in-depth coverage of education, business insights, to the latest in sports. We bring you the stories that matters the most and news that shapes our nation. GMEB TV, bringing the Gambia to your screen.
Good evening, viewers. Welcome to GMEB TV, where we dive into the hearts of our community and explore the vital roles that keep us safe and update. So I'm your host, Victor Okoro, and joining me today is a special guest. He is the PRO of police, and he goes by the name Mr. Modu Musasisawa, the Public Relations Officer. So in our fast-paced world, maintaining trust and effectiveness, communication between the police and our public is very important. So Mr. Sawa is here to shed light on how their department navigates and connects with the public, addressing community concern and work towards building stronger and more transparent relationship with the people they serve. From handling high-profile incidents to engaging with local organizations, we'll be exploring the strategies and challenges that come with critical roles. So stay tuned as our police department strives to keep us all informed and engaged. So without further ado, let's welcome the PRO of police. Welcome, sir.
Thank you very much, and thanks for having me.
It is an honor to have you here, and thanks for honoring our invitation.
It's the second time I'm coming here. So
okay.
It's nice to be back again.
Wow.
Indeed.
This is amazing. So, sir, I want to start with about your role. I know you've been here before, but we have new people watching us as well. So they'll be eager to know what is this PRO thing, Public Relations Officer. So can you describe the main responsibility of your role as the police PRO?
Thank you very much. I think generally the position or the role of the Public Relations Officer for the Gambia Police Force basically is to be the liaison officer, the person who is between the police and the public.
Yeah.
That if there is any information that the public needs to know about this person or the office is responsible for conveying the information to the public. And vice versa. There are instances where when people need to know certain things, they have questions. They want to inquire, they want to ask the police. The person they speak to is the Public Relations Officer or the Office of the Public Relations to be able to understand some of the challenges or some of the issues happening. For example, especially our stakeholders, the journalists, the media houses, and when things happen, there are incidences, either accidents, murder cases, or any crime within the country. You want to publish, you want to inform the public this is what happened. But many times, because the police is responsible of responding to that, and also investigating crime, you want to know, to ascertain whether the crime that has been talked about is actually committed.
Okay.
And how do you confirm this from whom?
Okay.
You don't want to hear from what they call hearsay. You want to have it from an authority, credible source, and no source is more credible than the Gambia Police Force, because they are mandated by law to be able to investigate, effect arrest, and prosecute. So basically, our responsibility in general, main responsibility, is the protection of life and property, and that is to deal with the public, to serve the public interest, to maintain peace and security. So, and it's important, part of that is important for public to know what we are doing in ensuring that people's life and property are safe. So this office, my office, is responsible for that communication in and out of the Gambia Police Force.
Okay.
Yes, please.
So viewers, here we've learned that the PRO, their office, is there to be an intermediary link between the police department and the people. So if you have your questions, you have queries, you have doubts, they are the right people to run to. So sir, I want to ask, what are some of the biggest challenges you face in your position as the PRO? Because like you said, you people are responsible to, link with the people. So you don't just go to the police department and to anybody and start asking questions or trying to find out some information, some vital information or some secret information. The PRO office is the right place to go. So because you people are the right people to meet, so what are some of the challenges that you people face from these people that come to you asking you certain questions? Because there might be some questions that are, very sensitive. You don't just give out to anybody. So how do people handle such situation if you have incidents like that?
No, actually, I think it's sometimes it's difficult because when people inquire, they want to know.
Yes.
And they have the right to know.
True.
Because we are serving the people. It's just that, sometimes because they want to know.
Yeah.
Because they also feel they have the right to know.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So sometimes it's like, there is a lot of pressure that they assert on us,
on the
because
officers.
they think it's our responsibility to give them.
And
that is correct. But also, you will have to understand that this is a department, one department that is responsible to serve the entire country.
Okay.
You can imagine now the glorification of media houses in this country.
True.
How many, look at the mainstream media,
Exactly.
the GRTS, QTVs,
Yes.
Paradise, iAfrica, and the rest. You look at the radio stations in this country.
And online
how many
too.
radio stations?
Yes.
You go to online television
True.
or media. How many? One is here, I am seated.
Exactly.
How many others
Exactly.
are there? And look at individuals within the country
Yes.
who call because of their interest. Look at the print media in this country, the Observers, the Foroya, the Point, the list goes on. And even internationally, people are calling.
Wow.
Because there are news outlets that are outside this country,
True.
they have interest.
True.
And there are also CSOs, interest groups, the CSO civil organization, who also have interest in certain cases, especially when it has to do with the marginalized, the underprivileged, for example, women and children.
True.
True. So these are concerns. So and all of this at a point in time or certain point, all of these people at the same time want to get information directly from the public relation officer of the Gambia Police Force. Because journalism, most people want to be first to publish.
Yeah.
You understand? And when something news break out, everybody wants to publish and everybody wants to quote. According to
how they said it. Mm-hmm.
According to the Gambia Police Force.
True.
Or the network or this newspaper, has reliably been informed by the public relation officer that X, Y, and Z.
True.
This is a lot of pressure. But it's not just about me. I have very able men and women in uniform who work under me and who are daily doing everything possible to be able to provide for the Gambian people in general. And part of that also, we are able to put steps and procedures in place that we are able to disseminate information across the country. We have our social media handles, we have our Facebook, we have our Twitter, we have our YouTube, and we also have WhatsApp platforms where we send, especially with our stakeholders, because I call them, the most important stakeholder is the media. The media, because we give them our press releases, we give them information so that they can disseminate. So that they can reach the population.
Exactly.
Because if you only rely on our Facebook, how many people are on Facebook? not everybody is on Facebook.
Not everybody, yeah.
How many people are on YouTube? How many are on Twitter?
Exactly.
You understand? But when you distribute that information to the media houses, at the same time, just a button we press, it's gone to everybody almost.
True.
In this country.
True.
So any one of them who has an interest in any case will just pick it up and, disseminate it on their news platforms, the print media, and all of this. And I think that's what is happening. So in essence, coming back to your very question, yes, it can be overwhelming. It really can be, but we are up to the task because that's what we are there.
Yeah, build up for. Yes, true. So, sir, there will be a twist here. So the highlight of all this interview will be pertaining to the intake, the police intake. So I've gone through some information, some vital information concerning the requirements and all of that. So I'll start with the height. So even as a journalist, or even before going into it, I mean, from a very young age, I've been hearing rumors of like the public will be like, oh, the police is a place for students that have not gotten good results to just go and do a program there or something like that, or a place for dropout, something like that. So, and the requirements, what baffles me there more is that the requirement states that, I mean, a minimum of 4 credits or a bachelor's degree. That means that person should be intelligent and be able to read and write and be fluent in English and all of that. And in the requirement too, English is stated that the person needs a credit in English, including the 4 credit. So what's the difference here? The public giving us this, and the police giving this requirement. So what is the hidden truth behind all these things? So I think the public will want to know. I mean, coming from you people too. You people are the right source for this information to be coming from.
Yes, I think we have to understand that globally, the Gambia is no exception. The wave of change is happening in terms of advancement in technology. And the globe itself, things have changed in this country, and things are changing whether we know it or not. It may be the fact during those days. It may be, but I think it's even a fallacy, because, and I think one of the most intelligent and bright and brilliant students should be the police officers.
Exactly, I mean,
because when you are dealing with people's life, you are dealing with people's right. You are there to serve people. Because if you really don't know what you're doing, how can you serve people better? You understand?
Yeah.
So I think it is. It may be a perception, and sometimes it's difficult to remove the perception.
Yeah.
But also, I would quickly say this, because of the salary attached to the service and all that used to be that low, and I know still it is low comparatively to other areas. So it's not very attractive to most people. So maybe at the time people perceive that it's people who don't have choice, because they can't have a better pay, they will go for the police.
True.
You understand?
True.
So that's the perception. But I'm saying, I don't know of the Gambia police force, and the likes of me are many. We have graduates in the Gambia police force. When we talk about bachelor's degree, we have no less than 200.
Wow.
People with bachelor's degree, no less than. I'm telling you, it's more than that. Okay, and when you masters equally is close to 100. Master. So you would realize that trajectory has changed. You understand?
Yeah.
And from your interaction with officers of recent, you would see the caliber of officers we have.
We have now.
So if we are really serious about the transformation that we are talking about, the security sector reform, and which the Gambia Police Force is leading, the Gambia Police Force is doing a lot of efforts into this to ensure that what we call right placement of people, because you need to have the quality of people to be able to put them in the right places to be able to serve people what they need.
Exactly.
This is why the Gambia Police Force is opening its door to graduates to come in.
Yes.
You understand? So in the recent past, you've seen a lot of graduates coming into the Gambia Police Force, and honestly, the measure by which today we would be able to measure quality, one is education. the level of education.
Yeah.
Because the level of education, and how do we measure the level of education, is the qualification you have. And one of the qualifications, that's why we are talking about 4 credit.
True.
So if you have minimum of 4 credit, that's the minimum of 4 credit.
Minimum.
We are saying you are at a level where you'll be able to adapt to the training need
of the police force
that we are giving now, because the standard has changed.
I like that.
You understand? The standard has changed. These are people that need that academic, capacity to be able to understand and to be able to, be able to cope with the demand as far as the training is concerned. Of recent, the Gambia Police Force is responding to the needs of the society, and the needs of the society today. We are in a democratic space. By default, we are accused to have been in a dictatorship for the past 22 years. And the Gambia Police Force is accused to have, or is believed to have, played a very crucial role during that 2022 years of dictatorship.
Wow.
That the leadership or the government at the time will use the Gambia Police Force as a tool of oppression. And the wind of change in 2016 ushered us in a democratic state, meaning the Gambia Police Force will have to transform from those ways of being and doing things to what we call democratic policing.
Total transformation,
Meaning the mindset, the people has to change, the training models
have to change.
We need additional training models, the perspective to understand that yes, this is the Gambia Police Force, and the Gambia Police Force is at the service of the Gambian people.
For sure.
And of recent, we have developed, we used to have one manual, training manual, not even up to 500 book in terms of page. As we speak today, help from stakeholders and partners of the Gambia Police Force. We have no less than 5 different courses, 5 different courses for you to pass through the police academy, the police training school. 5 different. You have to look into administration. You have to look into legal matters. You have to go into psychology and sociology. You have to, and health science. You have to go into the physical fitness. These are all books that are produced of recent. That is a lot has been put into it, into the curriculum. Like what I'm trying to say, the curriculum has changed, and because of the curriculum has changed, we have tried to be able to make it in such a way it is friendly. It is possible that whenever the police officer finishes training, this person is now what we call a professional in the field of policing. So people need to understand this.
For real.
It is no more those days that when you don't have a choice, you go to the police.
Yes.
As I speak to you, I receive a lot of calls from graduates from the University of the Gambia, some graduates who are currently pursuing their masters outside the country, that they have an interest to join the Gambia Police Force. I'm a typical example. I was working with the Medical Research Council, what we call MRC. I have worked with MRC for 15 years. MRC is an international organization.
Yes, it is.
Medical organization. I have a nursing background. I have a certificate in nursing. I have worked there as a nurse field worker, as an assistant nurse coordinator, as a nurse coordinator in Medical Research Council, the Gambia. I left that and joined the Gambia Police Force. When I was joining the Gambia Police Force, I had my bachelor's. I have master's in public health, master's in English I am pursuing. So in essence, I'm just giving you a typical example of what is happening, the changes that are happening at the level of the Gambia Police Force. So it's no more the same as people used to perceive it today. There are people of high caliber. The likes of me are many and plenty out there. And we all are putting our hands together to be able to transform that institution that is the hope and aspiration of the Gambian people. Because it is only when people trust the police, the people can rely on the police, and then the police can better serve the people.
Exactly, sir. So the public out there, to all my graduates, the applications are there for you. You can join the police. The police is not a place, for dropouts. That is just a thing of the past.
Very well.
Like he said, I mean, there are courses you have to go. So one thing that, I mean, that captures me is the psychology part of it.
Yeah.
I mean, for you to do psychology, you must be intelligent.
Yeah.
So the police are recruiting people with the brains. Because how can you, I mean, handle a high-profile case when you don't have the capacity or when you don't have the brain work to handle that thing? So that means that case will just fall out.
And just to say a little about psychology.
Yes.
You are dealing with society.
True.
You are dealing with people. And the people mind. You need to know why people behave the way they behave.
True.
When they're in certain situations
Yes.
and circumstances.
So
You can be able to understand how to relate with them. True. Because, I mean, you are serving them.
Yeah.
It's only when you understand what they do and why they do
it.
If you don't understand, you don't know that, then you take the wrong steps.
Yeah.
And before you know it,
yeah.
you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So these are all things that we are looking into, and a lot more actually. And recently we have realized that there are a lot of things that we need to also inculcate in the
system.
in the curriculum.
Okay.
Because people need to understand. Especially, for example, right now we are having what we call media and public relation, police and media relation.
Okay.
Because the police and the media are friends, are partners. They can't go without each other.
Exactly.
But because many a times when we are doing our job, media is also on the ground to do their job. And there is usually a conflict. It shouldn't be any conflict. Everyone has to understand that I am here doing my job. For example, the police intervention unit of the Gambia Police Force, PIU, PARA we call it.
Yes.
They are out to address what we call public order management. Maybe there is a strike ongoing or there is demonstration, and the PIU are deployed to control. While they are there, when that information reaches you people, the media, you will rush there to cover.
Yeah.
So when you are there, the police officer should know the reason why he is on the ground is the same reason why you as the media person, you are on the ground.
True.
Should be able to give you the avenue to even protect you to be able to do your job
properly.
So we are trying to inculcate this into our recruits, for our recruits to understand, for our recruits to know that we are all doing the same thing at the end of the day.
True.
So that is important.
True.
So if they know that from that beginning, then whenever you people are out there, then we don't see ourselves each other as enemies. Like, okay, the media is here to just get what we have not done right, to go and castigate, to paint it black. No.
Sure.
You understand? So we are also working with the CSOs also to understand, and the media fraternity. Last week, I think we were part of the media challenge, the media called Media Run Challenge last Saturday.
Okay.
It was organized by, I think, behind is the GPU, Gambia Press Union, and related institutions who organized that. Were institutions like the police, the military, even the deputy chief of staff, the number 2 of the Gambia Armed Forces who was there, and senior members of the Gambia Police Force were also part of that.
A big event.
Is to create that environment where we see each other as colleagues, as partners in development.
True.
That we are not antagonizing each other, but we are complementing each other's effort towards what we all aspire, that is the development and advancement of our dear country, the Gambia.
Exactly, sir. So, sir, also in the requirement, I saw something like the height. So, looking at personally, I think, me personally, I think it matters a lot. I mean, the height and all those things, I think it matters a lot in this service, especially police. I mean, so, but for the public out there, I mean, let's say we have somebody below that requirement and is interested in joining the police. He has the intellectual, I mean, he has the brain work and all of that, but wants to join the police. So to that person watching now, what would you say to that person? That you're not qualified, so you can't join the police, or what is to be said?
It's difficult to you cannot cut across things across like that.
Yes.
What we say, this is the requirement.
Yes.
And there is a reason why the requirement is stated.
It's true.
Because you are going through a process and you are going through training, and in service there is what we call uniformity.
Okay. Oh, okay.
That's what we call uniformity. It's very important.
Okay.
Not every Gambian can become a serviceman. Not, let's say, a police officer. And not everybody who is also interested in being a police officer can be a police officer. So we have to have a system in place. We have to have procedures in place.
True.
People may not agree with them.
Yeah.
They may not agree with them. But those are procedures and system and requirement for the institution.
It's very reason, yeah.
And we have to respect that.
Sure.
Yes, you may want to do this, but maybe that's not what you are meant to do. You could go for another thing else.
Exactly. So.
But I know people are saying, okay, this is a natural disposition of a person.
Yeah.
Is it democratic? Is it correct to say because somebody is 1.23, it's not 1.65?
Exactly my point.
Or 1.55, like in female and all that. So naturally, he's not responsible for his height.
Yeah.
So because he cannot make himself tall or short, so it's not a fair position.
Yeah.
It can be argued, but the simple answer to that is we are an institution and we have put in place requirements.
Sure.
You are going to university. You can be as intelligent as you can in grade 12.
Okay.
For one reason or the other, exam comes, you are sick, or the exam paper you read and all that.
Yes.
And you could not get the requirement for university.
Yeah.
4 credits. You cannot get 5 credits. University of the Gambia is saying 5 credits.
5 credits, yeah.
Including English and Maths. You have only 4 credits. Or you even have 7 credits, but you lost English or Maths.
Yeah.
I mean, you understand what I'm saying? This is the
requirement.
Point.
Yeah.
So we just have to go with procedure, because procedures have to be put in place to be able to have what we call checks and balance, to be able to also meet as a system. If not, we are going to take everybody.
Yeah.
And we can't take everybody.
True.
So it's one way of also disqualifying others, because every Gambian also has the right to apply and become a police officer.
True.
And they will be screened. It's not just the height. We look at them, maybe we'll get there, when we look at the medical aspect of it. Okay. Medical fitness.
Okay.
You may want to be there, but do you have the physical fitness? That is one. But remember, physical fitness and medical fitness are two different things.
Okay.
Because certain medical conditions are or cannot be apparent just by looking at an individual. You wouldn't be able to do that. But whether the heart of the person that is pumping should be able to accommodate the level of stress and pressure of training on this person.
Okay. True.
So there are a lot of things here.
Yes.
But maybe we'll get there.
So, sir, about public relations strategies. So how does your department handle, you've said that before, media relations during a crisis or a high-profile case? So you've mentioned that that they should have that understanding. But how do they handle it in case of a media, and like you said, I mean, sometimes the media will just rush into a scene to capture some bad things and turn the police, and people will start complaining and all of that. So those issues, how does the police handle those things?
Yes, we are responsible. We like for me, since I took leadership of this position, I try as much as possible to ensure that there is this good relationship between us and the media.
Yeah.
The advantage of that is I am also trained as a journalist.
Okay.
With the Media Academy for Journalism and Communication, MAJAC.
Oh wow. Okay.
So that gave me that opportunity to interact with journalists.
True.
So most of the people in these media houses, some of them are my colleagues.
Okay.
Some of them, we went to the same school. It was when I was actually transferred to the media department and coming with an English background, bachelor's in English, doing my master's in English. I thought it was not enough. Then I was not the PR. I was just part of the team. So I realized there was that need for me to be able to understand. If I were dealing with the media, it doesn't mean it's only the PRO. That he's the face, but there are people behind the scene who are dealing with the media in one way or the other.
True.
So for us to be able to understand how media works, for us to understand how they are thinking, what they are thinking is why they ask certain questions.
Yes.
What is the reason behind asking those questions?
Yes.
I think it is important that I join the field, I understand, I go through the training, I have the training, I understand how it works, then I'll be able to serve better. True. So that I can be on the same wavelength with them. Yeah. And this has paid dividend. So especially when I assumed this leadership, then I was just about finishing the course. And I think that this accorded me the possibility of having to put myself in their position anytime there is an issue and understand why they did what they did.
Sure.
But also it's an opportunity also for me to relate with them, to be able to talk to them, to be able to for them to understand our position as public relations. Because journalism is not just about sending any other information, because there is what we call responsible journalism. There are ethics in journalism. We've done that, journalism, ethics of journalism and all that, and there are rules and regulations, there are laws, you understand? And it's always you look at the greater good, in as much as you want to be the first to publish. But you look at the greater good sometimes.
Yes.
You understand? Do you want to contribute to the cause of chaos in a country? Do you want to contribute in burning down this country? So I'm aware editors-in-chief would look at all of these things before they allow anything to be published. But there may be, in every system, there may be some mistakes here and there, and there is this rush. Instead of fact-finding, fact-checking, whether the information I'm being given by my source, is it accurate? If by mistake you just went on and published, someone can sue you, an institution can sue you, can sue the media house. We are aware of that at the Gambia Police Force. So for us, what we do is we engage this person. I wouldn't say the name. There has been this media house that misquoted me. They said something that I did not say. So it was easy. I just contacted the person. I said, we talked. It was an interview, and you recorded voice. You recorded me. Because you asked that, you took permission that you record. I said yes. So you recorded me. But what you have published and what we've discussed, totally different. He said, let me go back to it. I said, go back to the recording and check. He said, he went back to the recording and he said, you are right. I said, so this is not proper. So before I go refute, I have the platform. I can just quote you and refute that what you have said is wrong. I did not say it. But I think there is no need for that. If you can correct it, just correct it and let peace reign. And I think we should accommodate that, because no system is perfect. In as much as our system, the police, is not perfect, we have issues, we have problems. It's the same with any other institution, and also even the media. So these are some of the ways we try to accommodate them. We try to use that dialogue with them where we think that we are misrepresented. And sometimes, especially when we are not contacted directly, it is just something that happened, they publish. We don't have any problem with that. We will investigate, we come up with our publication. It's us, we have the authority now. We put the facts there. But of recent, I think we've not been having such, because the collaboration and the communication between the two is very high, and we the media landscape of recent we are okay with them, because we're working with them, we're consulting each other, because at the end of the day the aim is the same, is to serve the Gambian.
So I believe, most of these media houses should really work on, authenticity, making sure that all these facts they bring, there should be fact checking. Making sure that the information are coming from the right sources. And I believe the police as a department, they will always provide the right information to the public out there. Like you said, people cannot, give information to everybody, even with your platform. But the media are there to be a supporting hand to give out these informations. So coming down to the community, so I think the public will want to know, how you people work to build and maintain trust between the police and the community, because there's this saying that, especially in the community, young men especially, they'll be like, the police, they are our enemy. I believe that the police is our friend, and they are there to serve us, not us serving them, but they are there to serve us. It's for our own interest. So this notion that the police is our enemy, where is this root coming from? Is it from the crimes that they will commit, or police taking part in these crimes as well? Let's say criminal activities like smoking and all of that. We've seen officers that are taking part in these things. So what are these measures put in place? Or is it the old form of system, or in this new system those things won't happen anymore? So what are the things put in place that will stop this thing or minimize them?
Even in our homes, sometimes when the father wants to discipline the children, the stubborn one among the children will always feel that the father does not love the child.
Yes, sir.
Always.
True.
But the intention, the goal of the father is for the future of those children. He's the father to, let's say, both of them or three of them. So maybe you are not doing the same as your siblings.
Okay.
You are the stubborn one. You are the disobedient one. You are the one that is rude. You are the one that is difficult to handle.
Yeah.
And it's just in reaction to that, the father, would be seen to be always
That's bad.
on the child. Stop this. Don't go there. I'm going to punish you.
Yeah.
You are not going out today. Your colleagues would go. You wouldn't go because you did not do this right.
Yeah.
So for the child, you would think that the father hates him, or sometimes I even think, is this really my real father?
Yeah. Exactly, sir.
So you can see the similitude here.
Yeah.
The similitude is because we have laws, we are enforcing laws,
Yeah.
and when you arrest people, who are arrested? Two types of people are arrested.
Okay.
Two. It's either you commit a crime,
Okay.
or an offense.
Okay. Offense and crime. Okay.
It's either you commit a crime or an offense. Yes. For example, you are a criminal.
Yes.
Not every person who is arrested is a criminal.
True.
For example, you are driving a vehicle. You don't have your license on you,
Yeah.
or your papers are not you. The traffic officer asks of it and parked your vehicle and said, we are going to take you to the station
Yeah.
for one reason or the other. At that point in time, you are not a criminal.
True.
You understand?
Yeah.
You have committed an offense.
Offense.
And for that offense, you are liable for certain charges.
True.
But you're not a criminal. So that officer at the point in time, even at that time, you might perceive the person to be a very bad officer.
Yeah.
He could have, okay, it's just a lysine. I just forgot it at home.
Yeah.
Or it was just in other bag
Other bag,
that I have changed bags. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if you could have, okay, I'm not going to repeat this, the officer would say no. As long as it's not on you, you are not sure that you are lysine.
Yeah.
There is no evidence.
No evidence.
To prove that you have a lysine. So you are driving without lysine. That's number one. Not even that you don't have a driver's license. That's not.
Yeah.
But you are driving without a license, which means by law you are not permitted to drive. So that's one part.
Yeah.
It's different with when two people fight.
Okay.
That's criminal.
Yes.
When two people fight, that's criminal. It's different when people burglary. You went into people's home and break their houses and take their televisions and others.
Yeah.
That's criminal.
Yes.
So these people won't say anything good of the police.
Police, yeah. Yes.
The majority of Gambians will tell you they are happy with what the police is doing, especially of recent.
Okay.
Majority of Gambians will, and majority of Gambians will say the police need to be strengthened in terms of logistics, in terms of everything that they need to be able to do their job. Because if the police is really not here,
Yes.
there will be chaos.
Yes.
There will be chaos.
True.
So yes, we are doing everything. The trust is difficult. There has been a research that was done by DCAF. DCAF is a European Union, I guess, institute or organization which is in this country here supporting security governance and all that. They have done research to determine the trust level. In 2016, early 2016, immediately around that too. So it is determined that no more than 25 to 30% of Gambian trust the security. Let's say if we have 1 million people in the Gambia,
yes,
only about 250 to 300 people are the only people who trust the security in this country.
Okay.
So which means more than half of the country do not trust the security, including the police. But also you need to understand when this was done. This was just immediately after the 2016 election.
Impact.
After the impasse and all that, the TRRC is ongoing and all other things are going. You can imagine what people would hear about what services officers have done.
Yeah.
You know, of recent, just yesterday, I was with Sehmatis Jau. He's one of SEPRAP. I think there are also CSOs who are involved in research and all that.
Okay.
Yesterday, they came to the the police headquarters, and we were having a discussion. They said their recent barometer study, Afrometer barometer, I can't remember exactly the word. Yes, so their study indicated that more than 55% of Gambians trust the Gambia police force. So you see how it had, the graph has
like you smell soup.
You see almost 2 times.
Yeah.
Within a span of less than 10 years.
Yeah.
Which means we are doing a lot.
True.
People may not see some of the transformations that are currently ongoing.
True.
But they are ongoing.
True.
You know, so we are doing, and we will continue to do that.
Yeah.
Because our goal is very clear. It's just one goal: to serve the Gambian people.
True.
Yes.
So, sir, looking at issues on drugs, especially, let's say, from 2023 2024, me personally, I think it is higher comparing it to, let's say, 2020, 2021, 2022, especially these new drugs that are being introduced in the country. We are contributing to the loss of life of young people and all of that. So, concerning that drug issue, especially Kush and some other marijuana and all of that. So, how is the police, what strategies are being put in place to make sure that, are there police in every corner or places where young people meet to do these activities? So what are these strategies that the police are coming up with to make sure that this thing are minimized or they are just stopped in the country?
When you talk about drugs, we are working, the Gambia Police Force, we are working with, in collaboration with the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency.
Yes.
Because the Drug Law Enforcement Agency, commonly known as Drug Squad,
yes,
is the agency responsible for anything with respect to drug. However, we collaborate with them because for police we police everything.
Yeah.
Because you cannot say, okay, this is drug and the drug squad's out here, so I'm going to leave it to them.
Oh, yes.
This is why you would see when anti-crime are out.
Yes.
The PIU, the police, when they see you, when they are searching in the vehicle, the police officers sees drug, they will arrest.
They will arrest, yes.
When they will arrest, they will now hand over into the drug squad to proceed.
Yes.
Because we have different departments, different focus, so that they can consider that's their area, that's their mandate.
True.
Okay.
Yes.
So in addition, now currently, because of that menace you talked about, the push, there has been a period that it spiked out.
Yeah.
Drug-related crimes and all that.
Exactly.
It doesn't mean drug increase.
Okay.
It doesn't mean that.
That's a good
what
point.
it means is that of recent we have seen a new type of drug.
Yes.
And that is having serious impact on the youth.
Yes.
That does not quantify or equal to quantity in terms of
it's not the quantity.
You understand?
Yes.
It means that yes, people have graduated now from taking the normal marijuana, but now they're getting something that is beyond that.
Yes.
And maybe more people, and remember, mind you, we're talking about reported cases.
True.
Because of the advancement of technology today and the proliferation of media houses everywhere.
Yes.
It's easy to report cases of recent.
For real.
When you report, another media house report, it is hype in certain level that this is what is happening. At the end of the day, the entire country will look like it's all about drug. Yes. Because these are things where we were not used to this kind of information.
True.
Police will arrest and they will come on Facebook, on their whole media, everything on the table.
Yes.
The police have arrested 3 people with 25 bucks. This bundle, this and this and this. Then media, it goes up. People are not used to this. So because people are not used to this and they are getting this now, and they are like, this country now what is happening in this country?
Yeah.
We are not downplaying the fact that drug is bad. We have seen it kill people here.
Yes.
People have died due to drug related.
True.
I will give you a typical example. in the recent past, we had received information in Gambia, do hotel or club, where a young lady took what is believed to be suspected drug pills. They call it pills. Okay. Drug, tablet or whatever it's called, is pill that she took, and as a result of that, she was rushed to the hospital. She died. We were also reliably informed in Banjul that a young boy in his early 20s, also took, in a nightclub, what is believed to be this pill, was rushed to the hospital and also died. We were also informed of a case in Bara, where a young man is believed to have taken what is believed to be kush. He ended up cutting off his tongue, rushed to the hospital, he bled and died. So we are not downplaying this. It's a concern. This is why the Gambia government has instituted what we call National Task Force on kush or against kush. And of recent we have added and substance abuse. This task force is the national task force responsible. It includes the Gambia Police Force, Drug Law Enforcement Agency, the Immigration Department, the Gambia Armed Forces, all security outfits, in addition to the Ministry of Health. Because at the end of the day, let's look at the one that happened at Dunes nightclub. Was rushed to the hospital. Then the police were involved. The one in Banyu was rushed to the hospital. The police are involved. The one in Bara, the same thing. So look at the players here. Who are the players? The security and the health. So it is important for us to understand what is kush. We have had a lot of narrations what actually is kush. But who can tell us what actually is kush? The people who are into it, are they really willing to tell us what is kush? But we can know what is kush. The government can know, and this is why the government instituted this task force. This task force is responsible of trying to analyze the ingredients, the content, the substance within that is assumed or referred to as kush. And these people who have died, so they can also be analyzed post-mortem and know really whether they have those content. Can it be related to say this is actually the cause, is actually kush? What level of kush, what quantity of kush is taken? So there are a lot of analysis that can be looked at or looked into when you talk about kush. But it's not just about kush, it's about any other drug. Even paracetamol. If you take it overdose, they call it overdose, it can damage your liver. Much more what we call controlled drugs. Because controlled drugs are drugs sometimes that are allowed only in hospitals, that are prescribed by medical doctors at a certain dosage. We have the tramadol, is D5, others call it here. We have different types that are here. So for tramadol, that I know of very well, it's what we call analgesic. It's a painkiller. It's a very strong painkiller. But also it's controlled because it can be addictive. There are so many other things to that. And sometimes they don't only take these drugs or tablets normally or raw. They also cocktail it. They mix it with certain things to give it a higher dose, a higher concentration feeling. And this can have devastating effects on the body, and it forces the body to get to a certain level. And as a result, when not reported or taken to the hospital in time, leads to some of the things that we are seeing.
So viewers, please be informed that, be reminded also that, we are taking calls. You can comment concerning the going police intake. You can make your queries, you can call, you can comment in the comment section. Anything you want to ask, just go ahead and find out. So sir, going to the future outlook of the department. So what are your department's goals for the coming year? Because already you have seen a big difference. Previous years and now, there's been so great improvement. especially when it comes to the requirement for the people that you're taking in, the quality of people you're taking in. I mean, they have to go through a course, psychology, I mean, physical fitness and all of that. Even the height and all those things are involved. So it means that there are a lot of things that are being considered for somebody to join the police. Anybody cannot just go to the police. Like that notion we had in previous years that, oh, you can't pass your grade 9, you can't pass your grade 12. Then go to the service, go to the police. That thing is like, it's a thing of the past now.
Very well.
So I want the few people to know that applications are open and that they can make their calls, and the PRO is here. You can ask your questions and he'll get onto you. So looking into the future, sir, we know that the world works with technology. But before that, I want to ask these questions. So let's say in the case of an investigation, the police, are there like anybody qualify? Is there anybody that is qualified and part of the police that you can just assign? Take part in this investigation, or there are special people? Because in every institution, I've noticed that in that institution they also have groups. These people responsible for this people responsible for this. So do we also have that in the police department? A section of people or a section of group responsible for investigation and others responsible for other matters?
Very well, like you mentioned.
Yes.
The police department is like any other department.
Okay, yeah.
The police force is like any other institution.
True.
Just like the human being.
Mm-hmm.
I like making similitudes. Just like the human being.
Okay.
We have the head, our head. On the head we have the eyes, the nose, the mouth, the ears, the neck, the hands, the shoulder, the stomach or the belly. You have the legs. You have the fingers on the hands.
Yes, sir.
You have the feet. And each and every part of this play an important role in the human body.
True.
Together it's called the human body.
Yes.
But they play different role, different responsibility. Just like the institution. The institution, we have the Inspector General of Police, who currently is Sidi Mukhtar Toure, and he has his what we call SMT, Senior Management Team. And then we have different departments now. Currently, I can tell you, the Gambia Police Force is mainly divided into three main departments.
Main, and there could be others.
Three main departments. We have what we call the Crime Management Department.
Okay.
There is what we call the Police Administration Department, and we have what we call the Police Operations.
Okay.
So, and as we speak right now, we are trying to add extra 2 departments because the other departments are overwhelmed. Meaning within this department you find sub-departments.
Yes, sub-departments, yeah.
So these sub-departments, which are alike in terms of what they do, will be aligned and they will now become their own department.
Sure.
Okay, but let's look at it the way it is for the meantime.
Okay.
So we have crime management. Crime management, we're talking about investigation. Whatever is about investigation, is about under crime management.
Okay.
But crime management also have different components. What kind of investigation?
Yeah.
What kind of crimes are
Yes.
there?
Yeah.
We have what we call serious crime. Serious crime unit under that department. We have what we call special investigation unit.
Okay.
Special investigation unit. That is any special case that does not fit within the other units will be handled by that.
Yes.
We have the fraud. You know, these land cases and document forgery and all that, currencies and all that.
Yes.
You remember that there was there were people who were arrested, if I can remember last year.
I can remember too. Yes.
Who were arrested and they had, fake counterfeit US dollars.
A huge amount of money, yeah.
So this office is responsible for
Yes.
You have that. You also have what we call criminal record department, criminal record office. So how do we know somebody is a criminal?
Okay.
Or this person who has been arrested was arrested before.
Yes.
Or is a known criminal. How do we know this person is clean, it's not a criminal? Like when you are applying for a job or going to, they ask you, go to the police and get a criminal record.
Criminal record, yeah. Or maybe you're traveling or something.
Yes.
Yes.
We have what called the cybercrime unit, which is of recent, because we have a lot of cybercrime issues.
True.
A lot of scamming.
True.
We're talking about. We have what we call the Criminal Intelligence and Investigation Department, or Bureau.
Yes, sir.
So all of this that I'm talking to you about are what we call the ununiformed branch. Police officers that do not put on uniform.
Okay.
Because they are undercover. We call them CID. That's the common word, people know CID.
Yeah.
They don't put on uniform. There is a reason for that.
Yeah, that should be.
So that is one part. And let's look at now operations department. I think it's the biggest department. When we talk about operations, we are talking of anything almost what the Gambia Police Force is doing. Every police station in this country is under operation. So operation is all the regions are under operation. All the 7 regions in the Gambia. Basse, URR, CRR, NBR, LRR, West Coast, KM, Banjul.
Okay.
Under this we have regional commissioners. So in essence, then you have police administration now. How is the police run? Who are our partners? How do we relate with them? How do we communicate? Just to cut it short. So we have different units, we have different functions. So because of different functions, not just anybody, a recruit who is just from the school, from the police training school, and somebody who has been a police officer for the past 5 years, 10 years.
Yes.
The experience is different.
It is.
You understand? So, but they work under these people because they are attached to different units. When you are attached to, when you finish, you are attached to different units, and you get experience as you work.
Exactly.
Which what we call seasoned officers, who have seen so many different cases, have listened to so many criminals, because it gets to a level when somebody speaks to you, you know where he's coming from.
Yes.
Whether what he's saying is true, whether he is lying, whether this is even possible.
Yeah.
It all comes from that experience. So yes, to answer your question, yes, we have different units and different people who are specialized in different investigations.
True.
Yes.
So, sir, you're almost coming to an end. So I want to go into some personal insights. So, sir, what motivated you to pursue a career of a police officer? I mean, with your background of nursing, a bachelor's in English, I mean, you could be a teacher, you could continue being a nurse or something. But what motivated you to be a police officer?
That's a big discussion.
Oh, okay.
I have always wanted to be a police officer from day one.
Oh.
That was the first thing I have ever wanted to be.
Okay.
You know, when I finished school, you know, the Gambia is such that you just go for what is available.
Yeah, true.
And I have tried. When I finished high school, I trained to go to the training school. Just like before the forms are out, they tell me, okay, in 3 months time or 4 months time, forms will be out. Then I went on. Because I knew I had the requirement.
Okay, yes.
Because I had friends there. So it was training. When the time came, I went for the selection. The selection used to be, you come with your document, that is passed. You want the next one, the physical. The height, the weight and everything.
Okay. Yeah.
When I reached the height, is where I was dropped.
Oh.
At the time. Then I'm just from high school. I was just growing.
Yeah.
Because I'm a teenager. I'm just finishing 18, 19 years in high school.
Yeah.
I could not succeed. I tried the second time, I could not succeed. So I'm like, it's like, okay, until next year. So while I was doing that, I went to do what we call unqualified teaching. I was doing unqualified teaching. My mom told me, come, I have, my mom was the one behind me going to school of nursing. And nursing was not something that I had wanted. But that is what was available. Then I went to school of nursing. I finished school of nursing. Then I joined the MRC. I was at MRC, then I did my bachelor's. So I didn't even do my bachelor's in nursing because that's not what I wanted to be.
Wow.
So it is as if this was all planned. You see, God.
Yes.
God sees in your heart and plan your life for you.
Exactly, sir.
So I was there. I had finished my bachelor's. When I finished my bachelor's in nursing, I was still with MRC, and there was a possibility for me to do a advanced postgraduate diploma in clinical research.
Okay.
In MRC. And then I did that, and that led me to a master's in public health.
OMG.
As I was finishing that, then I started my master's in English. So that was when it was really clear to me.
Yeah.
I really had to. But while all of this is happening, I'm also behind the scene, still following the service.
Okay, yeah,
making applications.
Okay.
I have applied everywhere. I have applied to Drug Law Enforcement Agency. I have applied the state State Intelligence Services. I have applied the Gambia Police Force, and Gambia Police Force happened to be where I am today.
Wow.
They engaged me, and here I am. So when I left MRC, I was taken to the medical field, because we have a medical unit in the Gambia Police Force. So I was working there. I was at the State Guard.
Okay, working at the State House.
Yes.
Okay.
So I was at the State House until when I was transferred to the police headquarters at the HR department. I was at the HR department until when I went on loan to the public relations office, because they knew at the time I was doing my master's in English.
Okay.
So every year the public relations office produces what we call the Poliso magazine. It's an annual thing.
Okay.
So that was what was going on, because some people knew my background. So for that reason I was loaned to support in the writing.
Yes.
That's how I saw myself in public relations. When I finished, when that was done, I could not go back, and here I am today.
I think there's a lesson to learn here. I mean, so all those things you have undergone, I mean, studying in diverse areas, I mean, they're just there to build you up to the position that you are in today. Because the fact that, even the journalism aspect of it, the fact that you've been there before, and now you're in this position as a police, I mean, you can better relate with them. You know why they're saying this, you know why they're doing this. So the lesson to learn here is, I mean, picking up every good thing that comes your way till you get where you are supposed to be. So, sir, it has been an interesting interview. I wish we could continue and continue and continue. But because of time, we'll stop here. And we thank you so much for honoring our invitation. And like you said, it's not your first time here. So it's like, I mean, you're already a family to GMEB TV. We thank you so much for that.
I am sure it won't be my last time.
Wow.
And before I close, I would want to encourage anybody who wants to apply. The forms are available. It got to a point where the forms were finished.
Okay.
Can you imagine? The forms were finished. So we had to print again. We had to print again. So I just want to use this opportunity to tell people that we are printing more, and it will be available. And we have even extended the deadline. The deadline is supposed to be end of this month.
Yes.
But for that reason, we are adding extra 2 weeks. We are adding extra 2 weeks into September. So which means the first 2 weeks into the September. But we will also put a write-up to that and inform the public that the deadline of submission of forms has been extended, and is for this reason until this day. And I want to thank you very much, and the management for this invitation.
No problem.
And our doors are always open. I know usually it's difficult because the demand is too high. You know, everybody or every media house would want to come, would want to invite and all that. And for that reason, we are always busy with certain things. But hopefully we'll always be available when the time is possible, is there. On that note, thank you very much.
So viewers, like I said, it has been an interesting interview. I still remain your host here on GMEB TV, Victor Okoro. See you next time.
Welcome to GMEB TV, your go-to source for exclusive news and stories from the Gambia. Stay informed and stay ahead with our expert analysis. And open your YouTube app, click the search bar and type GMEB TV. Open the channel and click subscribe. hit the notification bell so you never miss out from in-depth coverage of education.